Good afternoon, my lovely followers. I hope all of you are enjoying your weekends. It's your queen, Tara. I'm back again. I wasn't sure if I was gonna do a video today, and I think this is gonna be a shorter one. But I was walking. I was taking a quick little walk before dinner, and I just couldn't resist the chance to have a conversation with you guys again. You know how I just love talking to you guys. Anyway, well, let's talk about the division in this country, like the created division. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard the news recently, but Tim Pool's house was shot at. Like, some person attacked Tim Pool's house. Thankfully, Tim was not injured, but some person fired shots at his house. And this is not good. It's like, we don't need this. Look, I don't agree with everything Tim Pool says, but I don't agree with a lot of things people say. That doesn't mean I want violence. I do not wish violence upon him. Like, we gotta stop being divided. Like, I know not all of us agree, and that's perfectly fine. But, like, your fellow citizens are not the enemy. And we may disagree with them, and we may criticize them sometimes pretty harshly, but, like, at the end of the day, they're not the enemy. They're not the ones who are making our lives hard. That is the federal government. That is the feds. That is the United States. That is the feds that are making our life hard. And you know, I am not advocating for violence, but I'm just saying we have to stop. We have to stop treating each other like the enemy. It's like, your fellow citizen is not the enemy. They aren't. It's like, this is not the way for this. We need national divorce. We need to peacefully separate and go our separate ways. Like, we do not need to be violent. We do not need to be attacking each other. Like, this is not the answer. It's like, what was this attempted assassination of Tim Pool? Like, it's more escalation. And it's not what we need right now. What we need is some cooler heads, some reasonable people to come together and have a conversation. That's what we need. We do not need violence. Like, I don't agree with everything Tim Pool says. I don't agree with a lot of things the right-wing people say. But that doesn't mean I wish violence upon them. Because at the end of the day, we want the same things. We want to be able to live our lives the best way possible and to have the best lives we can. And we are not enemies. We shouldn't have to be enemies. They want us to hate each other. And look, I'm talking about actual hatred. I'm talking about actual violence. I'm not talking about criticism. Even criticism with sometimes offensive words, like, that's valid. But, like, we gotta draw the line at violence. Like, we cannot have this. It's like, we are not the enemy. We have to stop fighting each other. We have to stop this culture war nonsense and realize that Washington is the problem. And look, I don't agree with a lot of things the right does. I don't agree with a lot of things the left does. But you know what? If you don't agree with somebody, the solution is to just move. That's why national divorce is such a good solution. Because if you don't like people's policies, you can just leave. You can just leave. You can move to an area that better aligns with you and just live there. That's how it should be. People should just move to areas that align with them politically. That's the solution. It's not violence. It's not, oh, we're going to attack each other. No, because we're not the enemy. Like, your fellow citizen, your fellow person is not the enemy, regardless of who they happen to be. like, I just think all this is ridiculous. Like that Tim Pool was shot at. It's like, this is why I continue to call for peaceful national divorce. And these things need to stop. Like, we are, your fellow citizens are not the enemy. It's like, you might disagree on how to live, and that's fine. But, like, you need to just vote with your feet and move. If you don't like your state. If you don't want to live where you live, then move. That's how it should be. This is how this gets solved peacefully. Is that we have national divorce and everyone just agrees. If you don't like a place, move somewhere else. And we all get freedom. We all get to live the lives we want to live and have the laws that we feel are just, regardless of where we live. And that's the way we achieve that. We achieve that by national divorce. You know, if the South wants to be right-wing, they can be right-wing. And if, like, the Northeast, like Maine and Massachusetts and all those places want to be more liberal, they can be more liberal. But we cannot start fighting each other because the people are not the enemy. The federal government is the problem. Like this overbearing empire that takes half your income and makes your life hard for no reason. They're the problem. And violence is not the answer. Violence towards your fellow citizens is not the answer. Like, I do not condone violence. Like, I would never encourage that. It's not the answer. Like, we need to go our separate ways. We need a peaceful national divorce. And I'm going to keep pushing that because I feel like that is the answer. That is what's going to give us freedom. That is what is going to get this tyrannical empire off our collective backs. Is for us to all come together and stop fighting each other over these stupid little issues, this culture war, this manufactured thing created by the powers that be to divide us, and realize that, hey, Washington is the problem. DC is the problem. It's not us. It's not us. We may have different ideas on how to live, but that's fine. We don't have to agree on everything. We can be separate and peaceful. We can have our own little areas. And if you don't like how we run our things, then move somewhere else. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to prevent a war. I'm trying to prevent things like this. The incident with Tim Pool. It's time. It's time for reasonable heads to prevail and just realize that we are better off without this empire. We are better off without this overbearing empire on our backs. That we gotta fund with our tax dollars so they can fight endless wars and make corrupt laws on behalf of lobbyists and big corporations. And this just, I feel like this is kind of an impromptu video. Like, I just had to say something because of the Tim Pool incident. Like, that is crazy and it needs to stop. It's like some podcaster is not your enemy. Like some California skater guy. Like, Tim Pool's not even that right wing. He's like a California skater guy. But he just got so fed up with the corporate left that he moved more right. And yeah, the corporate left kind of sucks. They're just as bad as the Republicans. And we need to stop this. We need to stop this violence. It's got to stop. Cooler heads has to prevail. There is a solution. It's a peaceful solution. It is one that will make all of us much happier, much better off. We can shake hands and agree like adults that I may not agree with everything you believe, and you may not agree with everything I believe, but that's okay because we're going to not force that on each other. We're going to go to our own separate little corners of the country and not force it on each other. that you can believe whatever you want to believe as long as you keep it over there and don't force it on me. That's what we need to go back to. We need to go back to the states. We need to go back to, like, actual freedom. Because this ain't it. Like, being part of this overbearing empire that siphons off half your money by force is not it. It's not freedom. And the violence needs to stop. And the only way for the violence to stop at home and abroad is to have a peaceful national divorce. Is to break up this empire. And stop fighting this useless culture war where we, like, attack each other for no reason. Why? And I'm not saying you can't criticize the left and the right. Like, good Lord, goodness knows I do it all the time. This channel, like, I've criticized them plenty of times and been pretty rude about it sometimes. But that's okay, that's words. You can do that. Like, what you cannot do is commit violence. Like, you can say rude things, you can say offensive things, but you can't commit violence. We don't need that. I'm not above criticizing both sides, and I pissed them both off, and I don't care. Like, I could care less if they're pissed off, because they can't handle the truth. But it's time to end this. It really is. It's time to end this violence. It's time. It's time for us to just, like, stop pretending. It's time for national divorce to stop being some taboo topic only discussed by the fringes, and to really be brought into the spotlight as a solution to our problems. As a peaceful breakup of the empire. Because this empire will break up, okay? No matter what. And we can either voluntarily, peacefully break it up, or we could have a worse alternative. You know, I'm not calling for violence. I would never call for that. But we gotta break up the empire. Oh, funny, there goes a plane. It's like every time I make one of these videos, the planes, the helicopters, the big loud trucks, they all have to come flying over. Can you hear that? There's a plane. I swear they, like, wait till I'm out here with my video and just fly over to make a noise and disrupt my video. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Like, we gotta stop the violence. Like, we should not be fighting each other. Like, why? This manufactured culture war on both sides, the right and the left, where they have these people that they target and demonize. For the right, it's trans people. For the left, it's, I guess, Trump supporters. I mean, to be honest, Trump supporters are pretty stupid. I will give them that. I'm not going to sit here and defend Trump supporters because they're idiots. They are idiots. But I think a lot of them do want what's best. They are trying to do what's best. They're just too stupid to understand what the heck they're doing. Like, their heart is in the right place. They don't know what the heck they're doing. You know? But anyway, I think I'm going to bring this to a close soon. Like I said, this is just going to be a short little video. I need to share the news with you about what happened to Tim Pool. I thought that was, like, pretty important for you guys to know about, for my lovely followers to know about. And that we need to stop this. We need to stop the violence. It's like, Washington is the problem. It is not your fellow citizen. And as long as we can come together and do that and disagree on certain things, but admit that the problem is Washington, the problem is this overbearing empire. For both sides, the left and the right, they have the same people are the problem. It's this empire. The empire is the problem. And you know what? I'm not alone. More and more voices are being raised that agree with me. More and more people are speaking out that agree with me. Yeah, I defend this point. I defend this point of view that the empire needs to be peacefully dismantled. That is the only way we get our freedom. And that's what we all want ultimately. We want the freedom to live our lives the way we see fit. And to have a government that represents the views of the people who live within a certain region. And we don't have that right now. We have an overbearing corporate empire that robs us of half our income and makes life unlivable for a huge chunk of our population. And what this violence has to end. Look, I don't agree with everything Tim Pool says. He's probably a transphobe. I don't agree with everything he says. But that doesn't mean I want violence against him. Like, I don't want that. Like, I am not condoning that. That's bad. Like, he does not deserve to be shot at. And this has to be stopped. We need to stop escalating this. We need to stop fighting each other. This is not the answer. I feel like I've repeated myself multiple times. I feel like I just have to drive that home, though. That is not the answer. You know, I can't talk today, apparently. Like, I swear, it's like whenever I turn this camera on, suddenly I can't talk. But anyway, that was my point, and I hope all of my lovely followers have a lovely day. I hope you enjoy your weekend and have a good time. You know, thank you for supporting me. If you watched the video, please like and subscribe and all that streamer stuff. And we're out.